Hello and welcome back everybody to Because We're Here, Mohnblume und Blaue Rose. So, haven't played this game in a week and I don't even know why. Like, I was so deep into Faraway Story that I kind of forgot recording this. Even though the game really got interesting now. And the end of the demo is probably pretty near, I guess. I wonder how the demo will end. Will it end with Elfriede going to the front? Or something like this? I don't know. We'll see. So, Reinhold Manners. No, not Reinhold Manners. Reinhold Manor was, there we go, one of my last stops today. As I walk back down the front path, I look to one of the fields and spy a commotion. Hang on. I recognize that figure being accosted. Oh, are you being bullied for your opinions of not going to war? Or are you not being willing to go to war, I guess? That's not really an opinion now, is it? It didn't seem like an opinion. It wasn't like a philosophy or pacifism. It was just like, I don't wanna. Excuse me, ma'am. I just want to... You hurt me, worm. What the hell do you think you're playing at? Strutting around like you deserve to be here. I just want to work. You're polluting this town with the germs of cowardice. You stay away from my family. I'm not planning on bothering your He ain't getting anywhere near the gene pool. Don't worry. I've warned all my daughters about this one. I wasn't trying to get your... I wonder if people of the early 20th century would have said something like this. I don't know. Oh, everyone knows about him already. Reproduction ain't on the agenda with that reputation. That's not the primary thing on my mind right now. I'm trying to prune this. I don't know where you get off. Still coming into the fields like everything is fine. You insult us just by showing your face. Yes. Very helpful, thanks. This is a regular enough occurrence. For the first few weeks, Gerhardt lashed out verbally, like in the pub that time. But by this point, his spirit has been all but entirely sapped. Aside from the most cursory concessions, to fluster, he simply nods his head, endures the townspeople abuse, and growls half-hearted acknowledgments. Speak up, you snivelling grub! My husband's out on Vermorel, ready to fight for Wessling, and you're here pruning Blaue Rose? It's important. Someone has to do it. What are you even talking? That describes the war, Leah. We can't handle the gardens ourselves, and if we could fight, we would. Yeah. Well... Huh. I mean, yeah, of course, women didn't fight in a First World War and stuff. And of course, the general opinion was at that time that women couldn't fight. But still, hearing it like that kinda sounds strange. Oh well. But how dare you let our men go and fight while you think you can lie low with us, you mangy chicken? Kaboom! The gardener lounges forward and slaps Gerhardt across the face. Though knocked back to the point of nearly falling over, he makes a conscious effort not to recognize it. He shakily regains his footing and remains fixated on his work. Yep. Eventually, the gardeners appear to get bored and go back to their work, pointedly ignoring Gerhardt. I see this a lot. I decide that today I'll say something. I wonder if that would have been different if I didn't... Well, I didn't really defend Gerhardt, but I tried to help him in the pub. As I approach, he raises his head from his work, and his eyes meet mine. He looks tired. He really does. Very well-drawn face expression, gotta say. Mr. Lear? Gerhardt sighs powerfully, lays down his shears and motions for my presumed barrage of insults to proceed. Oh, by the way, I just remembered one thing. Do you remember how I laughed in, part 1 or something about the name August Weil? Because Weil means because. I found out, not really I found out, but I totally forgot that the Prime Minister of the German state Nether Saxony is called Weil as well. So apparently people are really named Weil in Germany. Ha! That's still a rather particular, strange name. No, it's me, Elfriede Raus, from the pub? Since then you haven't talked to him? That's not very nice. Oh, you. How are you feeling? Never better. Being blasted with scorn like that is the most thrilling pastime I can think of. Really? Huh. Are you some kind of... I'm obviously being sarcastic. Oh, phew. I don't really know what to say. Maybe I shouldn't have charged into this quite so readily. Gerhardt musters a shrug, picks up his clippers and kneels down again. After a couple of seconds, he raises his head and mutters something. The time at the pub. I'm sorry about that. Don't worry about it. It was a very stressful time. I shouldn't have flown off the handle. The recruitment day was... I was quite... I said not to worry about it. You don't have to apologize. Yay, apologize with S. Very British. Thanks. I saw all that just now. It seems as I predicted. You're, not the most popular man in town. No, not in the slightest. Although there are probably not too many men left now, are there? What was his name again? The servant of Eugen. Sebastian? Something like that? Ah, or am I thinking that because of Black Butler? I don't know. The women working here are all talking over from errant male laborers and gardeners, often their husbands. They verbally assault me every single day. Ugh, sorry to hear that. Well, at least it's not physical assault. Did you not just see that? Oh, and they physically assault me most days. Oh, yes, that's right. The old slap. And I imagine it's much worse than that a lot of the time. Probably. I notice Gerhardt's been intermittently rubbing his arm throughout our conversation and is currently cradling his elbow. He seems to have bruises on both forearms. Well, when it comes to all that, at least the men are gone. Gerhardt visibly winces. I mean, never mind. I mean, at least it's only the women who attack you. Very uplifting, I gotta say. No, the remaining men attack me too. Old and cripples, after the pacifist. What? Surely they're in the same boat as you. No, there's ones who are here for other reasons. Other reasons? What other reasons can these thugs have? They are old. Very old. Oh, whoops, sorry, my bad. Gerhardt shifts uncomfortably. He has stopped working completely now, in favor of squinting up at me. He seems ashamed, but always matter of fact. Gerhardt, why didn't you want to go? Gerhardt immediately drops the matter of fact thing and very quickly rises to leave. Whoa, okay. Never mind. Forget I asked. I really wonder, though. I really want to know that by now. You made me curious, Mr. Lear. Tell me more about it. Why aren't you beating me up? What? Why are you talking to me like I'm a human? Just out of interest. People don't usually do that. Least of all women. Why don't you hate me? You were close to August and Eugen, and even Wolf, from what I hear. They've gone off to fight, so how can you stand to be around me? I don't know your reasons, Gerhardt, but I don't think you're a bad person. You see me in the same way you see that Sänger, don't you? As a cause of sympathy. Yeah, Sänger was his last name, I remember that. But what was his first name? Me and my memory. There's nothing wrong with that. I understand what you're going through, and you're obviously very troubled. Troubled? I'm not troubled. I am... Gerhardt starts frenetically searching for the opposite phrasing. Steam! Shut up! That is not very nice of you. And that, children, happens when you forget to turn off steam. Maybe that doesn't happen to you because you're smart. Different than me. Okay, where were we? I'm not weak. I'm strong. A strong one. A strong man. Alright? So, I'm not even eloquent. True that. That search for phrasing did not live up to its early promise. Gerhardt, I didn't say you were weak. You did. You all but did. I need. Gerhardt's mouth falls open and his arm dropped down by his side. I can pinpoint the exact moment when all of his will to continue this conversation slips out of his body. It's really quite visible. I've got to go. Really, I like the expressions of the characters. They really show very well how the characters are feeling. I gotta say, kudos to the creator. Greenhouse work. Urgent greenhouse. Very urgent. Urgent green work. After that nonsensical almost excuse, Gerhardt flees to the greenhouse. Employees only, needless to say. He said he wasn't troubled, but I'm pretty sure he was troubled. Can't slip these things past old Elfriede. You don't have to be a genius for that. Call me Sherlock Rouse. Good questions. Was Sherlock Holmes something that Germans read at the time? I don't really know. I know that there is a Sherlock Holmes novel that is something about the First World War. Like Sherlock Holmes finds a German spy or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, something like that. So, I don't know if at the time of the First World War Germans really read something of Arthur Conan Doyle. I don't know. Arthur Conan Doyle, my bad. German pronunciation, Conan. Anyway, hopefully not too many people saw us talking. Oh, you're a brave one, aren't you, Elfriede? My heart does go out to Gerhardt, but I still wouldn't want those women coming after me by association. You're a really brave one. Kudos to you. Having finished my shift, I'm en route back to the post office when I come across a lone figure marching ostentatiously and very, very slow across the town square. I wonder if this is a real city. Like, I don't remember if I mentioned that when we were enlisting, but these houses, they look very German, like very, very German. I wonder if this is a real German city. Oh, Helmut! Yes, of course, Helmut. God, how could I forget? I also forgot your voice, Helmut. Did you have a special voice? Probably, but I forgot. I can remember the one for Eugen and for Wolf, but they were like pretty stereotypical. Ah, good afternoon, Elfriede. It's Helmut, dressed in his busted, antiquated cavalry uniform and patrolling with a creaky service revolver of 50 years, previous poking out of his jacket pocket. Looking at him like this, it is difficult to shake the unmistakable image of an old clockwork toy soldier winding down. Hello, Helmut. How's the patrol today? It's going well. Old Mrs. Zweig had prepared an excellent gâteau, of which I was, of course, invited to partake. People like Helmut. The sheer obviousness of his physical disability means everyone knows he was barred from enlisting, rather than simply opting not to, and he works so hard in the name of the war effort. Essentially, his standing in town couldn't be further from Gerhardt's. But why is it then that Gerhardt just doesn't work together with Helmut? Well, maybe because of his pride, like he said, I can fight, I am strong, I'm not a cripple or something like that. So he said something not very nice. I've been running into him almost every day, and we always have a momentary chat. Training in combat maneuvers does tend to make one feel rather silly, alone in that giant drill hall. But such is the life of a solitary home guardsman. I'm still taken aback that none of the retirees enlisted. I cannot blame them. Old Mr. Eckhart has been asked to help at the ironworks in Hallmacht. Old Mr. Bock has been lost to utter senility, and old Mr. Dahlmann's back is completely kaput. Well, it is. I'm always surprised when I read kaput in English. But I guess you people use that too. Helmut, you require Helmut, you require a walking stick. But I'm 28 years old. I have yet to earn my right to be unfit for purpose. Everyone disagrees, Helmut. You know that. Combat training does tend to take a couple of hours, and a lot more mid-drill sit-downs than the manuals would suggest. But this is my only complaint. Well, if anything ever happens, we'll be glad we have you, Helmut. And it's good to see our last line of defense in high spirits like this. I did, however, start later than usual today, so I do need to make up for the lost time. You started late? A diligent captain like yourself? What happened? This morning was particularly bad for me in terms of my affliction. I was unable to arise for a long time, and when I could manage it, it was another hour or two before I could cope as normal. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Do not worry, I'm used to it. We must all deal with our curses in different ways, and mine could be a lot worse. It sounds like you handle it very well. Thank you, but not well enough. Handling it well would entail having a mastery over my limitations to the extent that I could take part in active service. Helmut, that is impossible. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Probably not. I really shouldn't have. Helmut tries to smile, but undeniable blanches. He looks like August would if he woke up one day, looked in the mirror, and saw a 7-year-old girl staring back at him. For an ambitious man, it is a trifling matter. But I have never been an ambitious man until now, so it is certainly a learning curve. Helmut, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you had this? Polio, I mean. You said since you were young. Practically all my life. Certainly, I contracted it before I had a level of consciousness sufficient to retain any pre-polio memories. And you? I have accepted it as my fate. I was unable to really leave my house when growing up, other than on slow walks, so I was quite categorically unable to play sports or make any real friends. The only time I ever pushed myself was to get a job at the manor, as a gardener, and I roundly failed that application process. But Mrs. Reinhold took pity on me, and told me I could work in the house if I could get the hang of it within a month. That was very generous. That was a very generous length of time to learn to handle the butler job, and one that I far from deserved. Oh God, decision time. She sounds incredibly nice. You did deserve it. Well, of course we say you did deserve it. Of course he did. Jesus, who are we to deny him that he deserved it, you know? Thank you, but I disagree. The universe doesn't owe old Sanger anything. Seriously, the amount that you have struggled, and still you gave it your all. The fact that you were willing to take a month to learn the ropes dictates that you did deserve it, Helmut. I had not thought of that. Jesus, I can't read today. I need to stop after this. I'm so sorry. It's probably like the 5th time I'm stuck already. Sorry, really. Next time I'll read better, I swear. I had not thought of it like that. You flatter me. But yes, even just the semblance of a normal life that I have today is entirely thanks to her. Eugen was very welcoming too. I know I am a mere domestic servant, but I owe the Reinholds a lot of allowing me to get even this far in life. Well, if it helps, I don't think anybody is expecting you to be able to spring into action on the battlefield within the near future. And that somehow makes it worse. Yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but you should be happy that you don't need to die. If it could even just be like Mr. Lear, able to help but at odds with the notion, that alone would be far preferable than than yearning to take part, but encountering a greater enemy in your own body than you would ever find in Levasseur. A lot of people in town might disagree with that statement, that is true. Gerhardt included. The fact that Helmut doesn't decry Gerhardt's actions, despite him having and throwing away everything Helmut would ever want, says a lot of his character. Surely a man such as him is ill-suited to war. His reasons are as far from Wolf's as you could imagine. Yeah, he's probably more on the Eugen trip. Well, probably not really, more on a it's a duty trip. Eugen is there for glory, more or less, and he would be there for duty, I suppose. I'd comfortably place him in the August camp of wartime ambition. Well, not really though. Not really. Anyway, enough from this old cripple. I patrol alone, as it's meant to be. Oh, sorry, my bad. Do not bother yourself with the trials of one who is currently unfit for greatness. Helmut, you're talking as if you're an old man. You're not alone. And you're not unfit. You're disabled. It's not like you're some retiree. Ha! No. Old men tend to have achieved something by the point that they are crippled. You achieved a lot. Your time will come. Huh. I guess, you know what I guess? I guess we'll end this episode here and come back next time. That is what I suggest. So, thank you everybody for watching. I swear to God, next time I'll be able to speak English again. I swear. And I'll see you then. Bye bye.